The thumbnail said, come sit with me on my patio. Well, those of you that have visited me before know this is not my patio. I had to make a little bit of a command decision here. I got out there and I'm just like, I'm shaky right now. And it said it was not 92 degrees. Well, I freeze everywhere anyway, so I thought 92, that's okay. And all of a sudden, I was just feeling real shaky and nauseous. I thought, what in the world? This is not good timing. Anyway, I looked at the weather app on my other phone. And hey, Danielle. Hey, Alfonso. Anyway, so I was sitting out there and I looked at the weather thing on my phone and it said 92, so I wasn't wrong. But then I looked and there was a heat warning because the heat index was 103. So I was leaning over on the table like this, trying to get my breath, because you guys know I have congestive heart failure, at least I think you know. Anyway, I had to make a quick command decision. So I grabbed the tripod, and Rocky's in the living room watching TV, so I couldn't go in there. So, sorry to be so intimate with you guys, but you're in my bedroom today. Anyway, yes, Alfonso, I did get your email about the connections with other channels, and I appreciate that. I've just been super, super busy the last few days. A friend of mine and I are in the process of a startup with the business. I don't know if you know that much about what I do or what I did before I started doing this. I have always done a lot of interior decorating and restoring and remodeling and building and different things like that. I like being creative. Thank you, Danielle. I'll be okay. I just gotta get cooled down. Anyway, so we decided we're opening up a company. And I'm doing the website right now. The name of it is The Gilded Caravan. And, oh, Danielle, I'm glad you love your mug. That meant a lot to me. Anyway, what we're doing is vintage, restorable, unique furniture. We turn it into art furniture. Now, I am obviously not able. Hey, how are you doing? Hello there. Clashing with Salik. Am I saying that right? Salik? I have no clue. I'm bad with names. I'm just going to stick with hey, y'all, if that's all right with everybody. Anyway, okay, good. Well, oh, you don't know about the giveaway? Oh, a custom mug made with the railroad photos. Well, I don't make them. I used to, actually. I used to make stuff like that, Alfonso. What I do is I just, I have a company that I work with that I go ahead and order it. I can design it, though, that's for sure. Anyway, but that sort of morphed into what I'm doing now, because I can't do a whole, I can't get down to be sanding furniture and sawing off legs and all that. I'm not physically able to, but the artwork on it and transforming something, that I can do, and my vision I can do. And my friend Amanda, she can do just about anything. I envision it, she makes it happen. I tell you what, we're a team. Okay, Alfonso. If you have the image of the design, you just send it to me, email, and I'll tell you what I can do with it and how much it'll be and all that good stuff. I'll be happy to help you out with that. So, the Gilded Caravan, we're going to provide my custom art as far as appliques, decoupage rice paper sheets, molds for furniture appliques, stencils. We actually make our own paint, but we're not selling our own paint just yet. And also our one of a kind art furniture pieces and stuff like that. So I've been doing the website. And yesterday I was all the way down to the product page. That's it. That's all I had to do. I had worked 12 hours on the computer because it's 90 products total by the time you're done. Because some of the products are also like online classes and video courses and things like that. So I had worked 12 hours and I was halfway through and I thought I'd be finished today. And I did something, I don't know what, but all of a sudden every single one of the products was mixed and matched the description with the wrong picture. I don't know what I did. So I had to take all that off. And I got to restart that part again today after our live. So I'm not real happy about that, but it's just been, well, for those of you that watched this morning, the last few days for me have just, I don't know. I have just been in this funk and I can't, everything I touch, I mess up and I don't know. But gonna get better, gonna get better. Yeah, I know it does. It does suck, Danielle, that's for sure. Because, it's not like, a few years ago, no big deal, I'm sitting down at the computer. But with my heart failure sitting down at the computer, my ankles are swelling, my legs are swelling, I'm hurting. So it's not like I can just push through it. I got to rest and start again. So I really did myself a good one with that. What was I going to tell you? Oh, it's so weird. I didn't have time to get all set up and everything in here when I came in from the patio because it was so hot. But usually where I film my long form videos, see if I can turn this around and just show you give you a quick tour. Okay, you'll see some of the mess too. Oh, I'm horrible at this. There's where I'm usually at. That's what I call Grammie Tammy's throne over there. Oh, look, and you can see my bathroom. My door's open. And my closet. And my mess behind the bed. That was an A1 tour there. Anyway, that's where we're at today. So, I'm happy to see all you guys in here. Hi, I don't know how to say your name. Is it Trina? I don't know. Like I said, I better just stick to hey y'all or I'll be butchering everybody's name. How have you been, Danielle, Alfonso? How you guys doing? I think we lost some people that was in here that right away. They must have accidentally stumbled in. Oh, yeah, Danielle. Real life stuff here, that's for sure. I didn't even have time to use my Grammie mug today. We were going to have our drinks in our Grammie Tammy mugs together. My husband had an errand to do this morning, and he brought me back a Diet Coke in a styrofoam cup, which is pretty much my favorite thing in life. I love the fountain drinks. If I could figure out a way to get the actual fountain drink in my house, I would. But that soda fountain stuff, what's it called? Soda stream? That's not the same thing. And I discovered unless you got to get big quantities of the Diet Coke if you order it from Coca-Cola for you actually to have them come out and service it. And it's like ridiculous expensive unless you're doing a huge volume. And since I'm not exactly McDonald's, that's not going to work. So I'll have to have my cans and 1 liters and my fountain drinks from the drive-thrus that I like. I'm picky about my Diet Coke. Okay, ooh, that went so fast, I almost didn't say it. Okay, Alfonso, working on your model train module. Oh no, Portland cement for scenery. Oh, do you have a great big, like a whole train room and stuff? I used to be fascinated with those. Remember last Sunday when we were talking, and I told you that I would put the link to some of the channels that I watch in the description? The one that has the word manor in it, Alfonso. There's a link in that video, and you know what? I'm gonna look on my other phone and get you the name of that because I'm telling you, they have this train room like I never seen in an old English manor. It's huge, called Shavenage, and they found it up in the attic. Oh my goodness, I have never in my life. It's like a train, not even a village. It's like a train world. Thousands of cars, thousands, and all the scenery and the people, and holy cow, it is amazing. I'm gonna see if I can find it real quick, make sure. Y'all bear with me just 1 minute because I want to make I know sometimes those links are a little small and hard for me to see, and I know it'd be hard for you to see it too, Alfonso, so I want to make sure if I tell it to you and you write it down, then if you can maybe go watch it and listen to it. I love listening to stuff like that. Okay, let's see. I'm at my subscriptions now. I just gotta find it. Y'all just talk amongst yourself for a minute. No. Behave. And is that it? Let me see. Yes, it is. Okay. It's called Life at the Manor, Manor. And then there's in between manor, or after the word manor, there's an underscore. And then the number 1. Oh. I guess I should have looked up, Alfonso. Okay. Oh, it's not just that ad expands the entire chateau or whatever you want to call it. I mean, the place is huge, and there's like levels. I could not believe it. Just amazing. But anything to do with a train, I just that whistle, it gets me every time. Well, I feel like I need to apologize for this morning's jammy talk. And I have just been so emotional lately. If I wasn't so old, I'd tell you I was pregnant probably, but that's no chance of that. I just, every little thing, wearing my heart on my sleeve. I think it's just because I have so much going on, and then, you add health problems on top of it. It's kind of hard. But I'll get through it. Alfonso, it says they have tons of equipment. It's probably in England. Their trains are European models. Are we talking about the same thing? Because they had more than just one kind of train. They had tons of different ones. Because there was like one part where in the village where they were going through, it was like Scotland. And then another part, they were in London and then in the countryside. Different, I mean, it was just, and I thought there was one that was like America. Like different countries that the trains were going through. Okay. Well, I guarantee you know better about that than I do. I love it, but I'm not that knowledgeable about it. I just, I love the aesthetics of it, the sounds, the smells, and all that. Thank you, Danielle. That's sweet of you to say that. I thought, my goodness, I started this jammy talk to give everybody a positive start to their day. And I am just melting down here. And then, I try to get myself back together and I go outside to do the come sit with me on my patio live. And I was literally melting with the sun. I don't know. This has just been a crazy summer. European base model. Surprisingly enough, Alfonso, other than little like touristy trains, like going on the Polar Express with my grandkids with a steam engine that pulled it, but they're in the Smoky Mountains, and the little trains they have in amusement parks. The only real trains other than that I've been on are European trains. We took the train into Berlin from Erlangen, Germany. Or no, Nuremberg. Erlangen's right outside of Nuremberg. We drove into Nuremberg and caught the train into Berlin when my husband was stationed over there. So that was really the only actual train ride, where you get on a train to go somewhere that I've been on. You're not kidding, Danielle. It has been so hot this summer. I hope we don't pay for it this winter with a bunch of snow. I like my snow on Christmas Eve lightly falling, and on Christmas morning blanketing the ground nice and soft and quiet. And then I'm ready for it to be 80 degrees. But this 103 heat index, that's just, oh my goodness. I'm just now starting to feel a little bit better. And I wasn't even out there maybe 10 minutes. But see, the thing about it is when I'm out there, I'm setting up the tripod and I'm getting my drink together and all that stuff, which is how I ended up without having my Grammie Tammy mug today. I started to say this morning. Because by the time I got the tripod set up and got the phone ready, to start recording at the right time, I was overheated. And it doesn't take no time for me because I'm on that, those diuretics and stuff, So, you know what, Alfonso? Talking about the snow hurting your eyes. I have never been able to like stare at the snow for long or anything. I would actually put sunglasses on sometimes when I was younger because it hurt my eyes too. It's so bright. It's beautiful, but it is sometimes. It's bright. But I imagine since you have trouble with your eyes too, it's probably a lot worse for you. I didn't think about that. Like I said, just for ambiance for Christmas Eve and Christmas morning, that's when it could snow. We lived in Maine for a little bit. Matter of fact, I did a long form video out there, probably alienating that part of the country because I think I called it when I took my southern self to Maine or something like that. I can't remember now. I can imagine, Alfonso. I bet it does. Anyway, so they weren't real nice to me up there, and I was nice to them. I'm never, I can't say I'm never mean to somebody. Hey, Molly. Anyway, they have bumper stickers on like 75% of the cars. I'm not kidding, or at least it felt like it, that say, "Welcome to Maine, now go back home." And they fuss about people coming up there on vacation and buying vacation homes and running their taxes up, or if they can't afford to live. But when when you're in Acadia National Park area in Ellsworth, and most of your businesses are funded by um, tourism, I think you got a lot of nerve acting like that and treating people so hateful. I really didn't. I really did not go into that depth in the long form video. I probably should have. I could probably gave them more grace than they deserved, to tell you the truth. And I'm saying they, so I'm piling them all together in one thing. And I know they're a bunch of different people, but let's just say they weren't very welcoming. After a while, they did warm up to me some, but you know, I got so tired of hearing, "You're from away, aren't you?" That I do a horrible Maine accent. And most of the time I bite my lip because I wanted to say, yeah, I'm back home. I'm from back home where we have manners. But I didn't. I wanted to. What you doing, Molly? I'm surprised you're not in the pool. I see you. I see you with your little waving hand. In case y'all don't know, at Catherine Jenkins 3868 is my granddaughter. And last Sunday, she came down. She was going to get on the camera and say hello, and I thought she was just coming down to tell me hi. So I had told y'all bye before she had a chance to say hi. I have visited, like I said, like Cripple Creek, Colorado, and what is the name of that town? It's not Cripple. I mean, I went to the casino at Cripple Creek, but the town right by it, I can't think of the name of it. I know you know, Alfonso. Tell me the name of that. The name of the town. It's a military town right by Cripple Creek. Please tell me, help me, Alfonso. I can't think of it. No, not where the casino is. There's a town where the military base is. There's an Army base and an Air Force base. They're close to Cripple Creek. And it's a big town, a big military town. That's it, Colorado Springs. Thank you, Danielle. Anyway. So, I went to Colorado Springs. I had a friend that lived there because her husband was stationed. And they weren't too nice to me there either. Maybe it's the common denominator. Maybe I'm the problem. No, I was nice. I swear to you, I was nice. Anyway, I'm just used to, when you grow up Southern, you're used to certain things. And it's so different. And it's really, really hard to get used to, because a lot of other places, yeah, Pueblo. I went through Pueblo. That's right. They do have that base underground. I've heard about that. But I have been to Pueblo. I have been in a parking lot in Pueblo. We had gone up there to see my friend. We were heading over to Kentucky from there. And we had a little U-Haul we were pulling behind us. And it was storming real, real bad. Just one of them little tiny trailers. But that's why I remember Pueblo. Because we pulled into, it was like a vacant shopping center. But there was a great big street light. And we didn't want to pull in somewhere where there wasn't security and where we felt safe. So we pulled under that and it was pouring rain. And all I could think about was, I hope that U-Haul wasn't leaking and my stuff getting wet. I've never been to Denver. Ever, ever, ever. Yeah. I don't know if the whole, well, I guess, when you have certain experiences, it feels like the whole place is like that. And I think what it is, this is my take on that, Alfonso. You tell me if you think I'm wrong. I think in Colorado, because I don't know if it's Colorado or Colorado, but I know there's a whole lot of people that are really fit because there's a lot of hiking trails. They do outdoorsy type things. And so I think you might encounter some people there when you have a disability that might not understand it. Because I know just from when my mom got sick, and I'll probably cry when I tell you this story, but I'm going to tell you anyway. We had a reverse floor plan at our home in Maine. It was a huge house, over 3,000 square feet. And I had moved her up there with me, and she was starting to not do well. But we didn't know how sick she was at the time when she was there. And she was taught, and the kitchen was upstairs where the living room and everything was. Then downstairs there was a den and more bedrooms, and it was an odd floor plan, but it worked and it was nice. And the steps had a landing. You didn't have to just come from one floor to the other. And Mom had fussed at me one time and said she felt like she was just thrown down there in a hole and couldn't even get upstairs if she wanted something to eat. And I said, well, Mom, all you have to do is ask or just come on up and get something. You don't have to wait to be invited. I mean, this is our home, all of our home. And she said, Tammy, I can't do those steps like that all the time. And I said, there's a landing. You don't have to do the whole flight. I look back on that and I think, oh my goodness, how callous that was. Because I didn't see her as, and I'm sure because I know how to do it with my kids, I did not, I don't want people to worry about me. And I'm sure she minimized a lot of what she was going through. And I thought it was just her being her, trying to control me, because that's hard. Those mother-daughter relationships, those are hard. And I'll tell you what, saying that has come back to haunt me a lot. Because I really didn't, I thought it was no big deal. And now I know, hindsight's 20/20. So that wasn't a very nice thing for me to do, and didn't have very much insight. So getting back to the Colorado thing, I just think once you have these disabilities, you never realize. You may see somebody and think you know what it's like, but there's so many things that you have no clue. Somebody will say, well, it's got handicapped access. Well, yeah, the door's wide, but who's going to push it open for me? Or, yeah, there's a handicap button there to open that door. How long is it going to stay open for before it comes slamming back onto me? And it's just a whole lot of things that a lot of people don't think about. And just walking. I thought, that Mom had trouble with stairs, or she couldn't run, or she was a little slower. I did not realize how one day you could walk from one room to the other and feel like you had run the Boston Marathon. And that was just insane to me. And it's not that, eventually the muscles start giving out. But at first, you've got muscles. You've got muscles in your legs and joints that work when you have heart failure. It's like it zaps every little bit of strength you have. And then, for me, my experience to somebody else's can be totally different. Completely different. So lesson to be learned now that I've gotten up here on my soapbox is I try really hard not to judge anybody anymore at all because you just don't know what they're going through. Not at all. I was a lot harder on people before I got sick. Life taught me a little lesson, that's for sure. Look at me monopolizing the conversation here, you guys. It was expensive to live there when I was there, so I can only imagine, Danielle. I'm trying to think what year that was. We were in Texas, and a bad tropical storm was coming in, and we were on the island south of Galveston Island. Oh, shoot. Just south of Houston. What year was that? Let's see. 95, 96. I think, don't quote me on this, but I believe it was 1997. 96 or 97. The last time I was in Colorado. That's right, Danielle. They sure are. Yeah. Molly, are you still with us? Did I bore you? All this adult conversation. I got one of my books here. You want me to read you a story? Are you still here? Tell me hi if you're still on there, or did you go get in the swimming pool? Her brother Tristan celebrating his birthday today. I thought they were both out there. So you are still here. Okay. I'm surprised you're not swimming. Is Tristan in the pool? It's just so hot out there. So hot. Yesterday, their air conditioner wasn't working, and they didn't come downstairs. We got two different air conditioners. Upstairs is on one, and then Rocky and I have a different one down here. It's HVAC, but we had a new one put in for the basement when we redid it. Well, honey, do you want to come down here? It's too hot for y'all to be up there without an air conditioner. I'm sorry, guys, just 1 minute. I love going to thrift stores, Alfonso. Molly, you come down here and cool off. Yeah, I mean, I'm doing this in the bedroom. It's okay. Go sit in the living room or whatever and watch some TV, but come down here and cool off and bring Tristan down there with you. It's too hot to sit up there. Both y'all get down here and just tell Grandpa if he's in there to watch TV in his room. I can't believe y'all are. Tell Mommy her and Taylor can come down here too. Just all y'all go sit in my living room, cool down. I can't believe that. I can't believe you're up there in that heat. Oh, yesterday, right before I started filming my Grammie Tammy, well, shoot. I should have named this something easier for me to say. My Grammie Tammy Jammy Talk. That HVAC of Katie's kicked on, the one I'm always talking about, listening to it, it's loud. But when it kicked on yesterday, it sounded like there were like metal parts flying around inside of it. And then Taylor messaged me and said that the people that had worked on the AC before that just said it needed Freon, I knew that wasn't the only thing wrong with it, were coming down again, so I didn't get, alarmed that somebody was pulling in my driveway at night. That's when I found out it wasn't working. Had messed up again. I hate that. Alfonso talking about you work in a thrift store. That used to be one of my favorite things to do on the weekends, was to go antiquing to the malls and just strolling through the thrift stores and seeing what treasures I could find. But, that's part of what I do with the business that we're doing too. is finding those old treasures and turning them into some beautiful art form. Which thrift store do you work at? Is it a chain? Is it Goodwill or CEO? Well, you know, it may not be the art. Oh, no, I've never heard of that. I don't know if it's Colorado all by itself. Like I said, I think a lot of times when people are very fit and healthy, they don't understand people with disabilities. And not just that, if it's somebody that's, they're outdoor enthusiasts and things like that, I think they're scared to be around somebody that has a disability because, that little phrase there, but for the grace of God go I. I think it scares them a little bit. Well, that's good. That's good. But there's good people everywhere. Don't lose sight. I met Roger. He was actually our realtor in Maine when I bought the house. I met him, and Molly, you can come in here and sit if you want to. And anyway, here, set that on that chair over there for Grandma. But you gotta shut that door. That light will mess the thing up. Anyway, him and his wife were two of the sweetest people I ever met. And we actually went, I had to tell him thank you, say hello, look at what I got right here. um, we actually gave them tickets for a Christmas gift to, not the Nutcracker, the, what is that other, with the Ghost of Christmas. Molly, what's the name of that movie for Christmas? Bob
Nightmare
Marley
Before
and Tiny
Christmas?
Tim. What?
Nightmare Before
No,
Christmas?
not Nightmare Before
What?
Christmas.
You said Halloween and Christmas.
I know. It's with Tiny Tim. God blesses everyone. My mind is obviously gone today. Guys, you're going to have to finish my sentences for me. Tell me the name of it. Driving me crazy. I can't think of it. Shoot. Shoot, shoot, shoot. With Scrooge. Scrooge. Is that the name of it, Scrooge?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I think there's another name. See, I told you. Actually, Danielle, the book illustration, Danielle just said the book illustration looks just like you. The drawing that Joe did in A Billion Butterflies. My son is a phenomenal artist. And he actually took one of her pictures and drew her. That's not computer generated. We did use, AI and some things with some, that's it, A Christmas Carol. Thank you, Alfonso. This is going to turn into almost like a game show. Let's all figure out what Tammy can't think of. Anyway, one prize is Grammie Tammy mugs for all. Anyway, my son Joseph is the one that did that drawing of Molly. And the other pictures, like I said, I would have the idea in my head. I would start sketching it out, rough sketching, and I can sketch really well, but I can't.
I think Tristan might be down here.
What?
I think Tristan might be down here. I don't know.
Tristan, he can come down here. Does he want to watch TV? Oh, did you want to tell him?
Tristan.
Well, he can. Show him where the remote control is, somewhere in there. Hey, you guys sit out there and watch TV or something if you want to. Okay. There's I don't want you to burn up. Anyway, just don't turn it up loud. But what was I talking about now? I done forgot. Oh, the pictures, I think, is what I was talking about. Oh, and the fact that I can sketch, but I can't do anything near as good as my son Joe can, as far as like if you're painting like a landscape and things like that. There are certain things I can paint, and there are certain techniques that I can use, that I can do. Like on furniture, I can paint anything. I can turn a piece of furniture into something absolutely gorgeous. It's like a multimedia thing. I can use different things. to create something. But just like a blank canvas to do a landscape, not me. My son Joseph, absolutely. The book. Which book? The Billion Butterflies book, Molly's? Oh, yeah, the book what I was talking about. Anyway, so what I did is I would sketch out my vision for what I had written, what should go with what I was writing. And then Joe would finish the sketch and clean it up and make it all nice. And then he would put that sketch, he would do it on his iPad and then go in and have, like, if there were parts that he was just like struggling with, he would have AI clean it up a little bit here or there. And then the sketch would come back to me, the picture on that, and I would give it my yes or no, whether it was going to go in the book like that or not. Sometimes I would tweak it. So it was like a collaborative effort. So when people do their stuff about, oh, AI, blah, 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 I get a little bit offended because it's a tool just like anything else. Now, do I want somebody slapping a book out there with the words and the pictures and this, that, and the other, all AI, pretending like they did it? No, I don't think that's okay at all. But I think most of us can tell the difference, you know. But anyway, that's my book story. All my stories start out like this, and they just keep on going and going. It's why this 3-minute thing in the morning is tough on me. Yes, Molly, dear. Did y'all want something to drink or a snack or something? Well, you know where it is. Go ahead. Here in a little bit, I'm going to have to get off here and go in there with them, or it's hard telling what'll happen. I love my grandbabies, that's for sure. I wish I could see more of them. My little Teddy and August live all the way up in Indianapolis, North. Have you seen what's going on up by where my daughter lives? The flooding. I was so worried the other day. I kept looking at, trying to find out where she was because there were evacuations all around her. And then, you know, where are my grandsons and my granddaughter, and are they home? Are they evacuating with all the flooding? Well, I thought they were good to go, and then apparently water started breaching levees and everything last night and this morning, and they were evacuating parts of northern Indianapolis, and they're right by there. There's like Indianapolis and Anderson and Muncie, and then there's this little town here just south of Muncie and by Anderson. Two little towns actually there where the people that I care about are. It's called Delville and Middletown, and they've had flooding there too. The park where Reagan does a lot of her photography. I've told y'all she's a professional photographer. Um, is like they keep showing it on the national news. When you hear them talk about Noblesville, Indiana, and they show that park where people are standing on the bridge and the water rushing, that's where my family is right now. So, you know, I don't know why I didn't put two and two together. This is why for 2 days I have been in this mood. Let's see. Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Alfonso. It sounds like you've gone through a lot of struggles that you shouldn't have had to go through. I'm hoping that nowadays people are starting to wise up a little bit to that and can do a little bit better. Well, now I'm worried about my daughter again. I brought that up. I shouldn't even been thinking about it. Well, I mean, I should think about it, obviously, but I'll just be glad when all that water is receded and I know everybody's okay. Because it's storming again there, supposedly. That's what I worry about. Every time it starts going down and I think I can rest easy, it starts raining again. But if it wasn't that, it'd be something else I'd be worrying about. Apparently, I'm really good at worrying. Well, guys, I'm so glad that you're here and that we got to talk again. I could literally probably do this for 2 or 3 hours, but I'm gonna go in there with them and make sure they're doing okay. Come here and tell everybody bye. Yeah, come here. You come in and say hi. You just stick your sweet little cute head over here and wave bye to them since you're not on the since you didn't say bye when you left the chat. Here we go. Say bye, Miss Molly Joe. Come on. Let me pull her over here and say bye. Say bye. Come on. Say bye. Say bye. Say bye. Oh well, that's as good as we're gonna get. You're right, Danielle. It is. Well, I love you guys. I am. Hey, hand me that thing over there in that chair. You know what I'm talking about? I'm going to do this right this time. We're going to sign off. And you make sure you guys come back on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Don't leave me in the room. It'll feel like somebody that had a party and nobody showed up. That's what I worry about. When I see 0 waiting, I start looking at like 15 minutes till. I start looking and seeing everybody's waiting and nobody's waiting. And I think, this is what it feels like if you throw a party and nobody shows up. My mom never let me throw any parties, so I didn't know, but I always assumed it'd feel like that. Anyways, watch this. I'm getting to be a pro. That's a wrap. See y'all later.